Henmans Freeth is Oxford's leading law firm and has a national reputation for handling commercial and personal matters for a wide range of individuals, businesses, institutions and third sector organisations. As of the 1st of June, the firm will be known as Freeths, whom Henmans merged with in February 2013. B4 Business magazine met up with managing partner Sarah Foster and non-practising consultant Tony Henman to find out more about the name change and the consequences for the firm.
Sarah, Tony, thank you very much for joining B4. With 1st of June fast approaching, was it ultimately part of the post-merger plan to change the name of the firm to Freeths?
No, Richard, there was never any plan as such. We recognised at the outset that because of the huge amount of goodwill in the Henmans name, it made sense for a business for us to trade as Henmans Freeth. And as I say, there was never any decision at the outset in terms of when we would start trading as Freeths. But obviously now there are 11 offices, 10 of which are trade as Freeths and 1 of which trades as Henmans Freeth. And so the Oxford partners sat down very recently to consider whether the time was now right for us to commence trading as Freeths. We spoke with a lot of our client base to check that they would be happy once we did so, and we made the decision that it would make business sense now for us to start trading as Freeths. There was no pressure, however, from the bigger partnership as such. It was very much a local decision. And there had been a precedent previously in that our Milton Keynes office was known as Kimball's, then became Kimball's Freeth, and then started trading as Freeths over a similar time period to ourselves. So they had proven that it could be a success, and we're now sure that we will be a success as Freeths trading from the Oxford office too.
And Tony, I don't think any of us accept change that easily, especially after such a long period of time. What was your initial reaction to the planned name change?
Well, my initial reaction was that I was surprised it hadn't happened before. I wasn't, of course, privy to what the partners were discussing, but it was always on my agenda that the name would change for the reasons that Sarah has explained. You just cannot have 11 offices on a national basis with one office with a different name. For client communication, for branding purposes, for marketing, the practice as a whole, is absolutely essential to have the one name, which we're now going to have, and that must be absolutely right.
And your clients, they were, I presume, consulted about the name change?
I haven't consulted the clients. They've certainly consulted me about it, because quite a few of them have heard the rumour. What do I think about it? And I've told them I'm 101% sure it's the right move, and they'll get used to it. Some of the older generation clients, I think, will struggle, and they'll still call it Henmans, but they've got to move on, just as the firm is moving on.
And so the point of a merger obviously is that there are benefits for both parties, and I'm sure you've already experienced lots of benefits and positive changes since joining with Freeths. But now with the name change, what ultimate benefits do you see coming forward?
You're exactly right that really the big change for us was 3 years ago when we merged with Freeths, and over the passage of time since then there have been a huge amount of benefits for us as an office. We've now, I think over the past couple of years, our turnover has increased by something like 13%. And we've had probably the most successful year we've ever had in terms of the one that we've just finished. But going forwards, we very much recognised that it made sense for us to be part of Freeths. For clients, it's sometimes a bit confusing if they're working with a number of lawyers across a number of the offices, and one of the offices is called Freeths and the other one's called Henmans Freeth. That didn't make sense. And nor does it make sense when we are going out jointly with other offices to market our services as a firm, and in particular now in terms of what we can offer to clients in terms of further specialism. So I'm sure that we will get further benefit from being Freeths rather than Henmans Freeths, and I'm sure it will be a success for us, and we're all very excited by the next stage in the office's development.
So, Tony, new name, but business as usual.
Yes, and as Sarah's just been saying, cross-referrals are very important between offices. It didn't happen when we were a regional practice, but it's certainly happening now, and that's the way forward.
Sarah, Tony, thank you very much for your time.